Good morning, everybody. Hey, it's Wake Up Wednesday, and boy, did I get something to wake up to this morning. Yep. I was sitting in this chair 2 days ago. It was 75 degrees. I was in my shirt sleeves. I was sweating from doing a bunch of yard work. And you know what it's doing right now? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's 32 degrees. And I don't know if you can see the snowflakes coming down against the backdrop of the bushes there. It is in fact snowing. Now, if it was December the 27th, I would say, oh, cool, we're in the Christmas season. This is April 27th. Come on, spring, what happened to you? Groundhog, your time is over, so go away, go away. All right, hey, well, it is a good time to wake up to what's happening in the book of Revelation. Our text for our second lesson comes from the 5th chapter, and it's the entire chapter there. It's a good. Well, actually, what we are reading is not going to be the entire chapter, but most of it's in there. So read the whole thing. But actually, you almost have to go back and read all of Revelation up to this point if you really want to get a feel for what's happening in our text coming up this Sunday. Well, I'll just go over it real fast with you. Last week, we had the beginnings that introduced the whole book of Revelation and just lifted up as Jesus as the Lamb, and he's the great I am, all that kind of stuff, all right? And really getting us grounded in the fact that this is God's world and God is in control. Then he launches into a couple of chapters in which he's addressing the churches that he's writing to. And he said, hey, the 7 churches that are in the Asia province, which is now Turkey. And it's a mixed bag of things that he has to say. Now, he's prophesying a word from God to these people. And some of it is, hey, you're doing a pretty decent job at this. You're doing a great job. But for the most part, you're really falling short of your calling to be my people. And in fact, to one of the churches, Sardis, you know what he says? This is great because this is Wake Up Wednesday. He says, wake up! Wake up, he says it a couple of times. You people have just got to wake up to the reality of who you are. You are people of God. But all in all, even though there's that kind of, it's not doom and gloom, but it's, come on, you got to hang in there. You got to toughen up. You've got to strengthen your faith. You got to put your trust in God. Even though there's all that in there, it's still a matter of we're looking ahead toward what's to come. And what's to come next is, well, in chapter 4, you're entering into this throne room, the throne room of God. And there's all kind of wild and strange imagery in there. But you'll find a lot of that same stuff, as we've talked before, in the book of Daniel and some of the other apocryphal literature, some of which is in our Bible and some of which is extra biblical stuff. You find it all over the place in the history of the Jewish people. So a lot of that language is imported because the people would be familiar with it. They would know, hey, this is what's going on. Now we get into chapter 5. And chapter 5, the part that we don't have as our reading for this coming Sunday, is probably pretty essential to understand. Now, John the seer has been taken into the throne room, and there sitting on the throne is, well, it's God, and he's holding a scroll with 7 seals on it. That number 7's just going to keep popping up time and time again. It's the sign of completeness and wholeness, all right? And these scrolls, they actually are going to talk about what's been hidden. Remember, that's what Revelation is. That's what apocryphal literature is. It's not talking about end times and what's coming at the very end of the world. No, it's talking about what's been hidden from your eyes and what is now being revealed. But here's the problem. Even John, the prophet, he starts crying at this point. Why is he crying? Because there's no one who can open those seals. No one is worthy to open the seals. And so he's crying his eyes out. And everyone else is kind of throwing their hands up in dismay as well. This is in the heavenly throne room. And then all of a sudden, you have this proclamation that, hey, there is one who is able to do it. And it's a very strange image. It's an image of a slaughtered lamb. We know who that is. The people would know who it was. It's Jesus himself, the Lamb who was slain, but who now is the one who is worthy to open up these seals and open the scroll and reveal to us, open our eyes to the fact that God is in control. Despite what's happening around you and to you, God's got you. But this is what's neat about chapter 5. All of a sudden, it's like this heavenly chorus just bursts forth on the scene. First, you have all these different people, the 24 elders. They're holding harps and golden bowls full of incense, and they sing this new song. You are worthy to take the scroll and to open its seals, for you were slaughtered, and by your blood you ransomed for God saints from every tribe and language and people from every nation. You have made them to be a kingdom and priests serving our God. Hey, that echoes a lot of the things that we have in our liturgy of the Word that we sometimes use on Sunday mornings. All right, so you have that. These elders that are now singing this new song. It had to sound so awesome. But you know what? That's not enough. Now there's another song that bursts forth, and it's the song of angels. Remember we talked about angels didn't sing in the New Testament? No, they spoke the words. There's never talk about singing. Well, here, now they are singing. And there's not just two angels. There's not just a dozen angels mimicking the tribes of Israel. No. There are thousands and thousands and 10,000s and 10,000s of angels. And they're singing, worthy is the Lamb that was slaughtered to receive power and wealth and wisdom and might and honor and glory and blessing. And you think, now we're going to have the scrolls unsealed. But that's not enough. You know what has to happen now? Now every single thing in heaven and on earth and under the earth and in the sea. I mean, wait a minute. Everything's going to break forth in song? Yeah. I hear the birds right now all around me, the blue jays and the robins and the cardinals, and I can hear the geese off in the distance. And oh yeah, there's some crows and there's some turkey vultures circling overhead. And what else is? It's all the creatures under the earth too, all the earthworms, and how about the stink bugs that are invading my house? They're all going to burst into song. There's slimy octopus in the ocean. Everything is going to burst into song. Everything, everybody, every living thing there is that you can possibly think of is bursting into song. To the one seated on the throne and to the Lamb be blessing and honor and glory and might forever and ever. And the four living creatures said, Amen. I wonder if they were Baptists. You see that in a lot of the Baptist churches, all the amening, right? Hey, maybe we should do a little more of it in our churches as well. Amen. And this now sets the scene for what's to be revealed to us in the book of Revelation. So with all this singing going on, it's got to be some pretty good stuff. Well, what's happening right now is something that's really good. Through all the snow that's falling, the clouds are beginning to break up, and I actually have the sun beginning to shine in my eyes. Yay! So maybe there is hope. Maybe God's plan is being revealed to me right now. Maybe spring is coming. Well, God's blessings be with you. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your journey through this book of Revelation.